God will have their way with you. God will have their way with you. God will have their way. You know, and it's like they drugged it out. They finally did it. What father and son with. God will have their way with you. God will have their way with you. God will have their way. Lori. Come on, was Lori gonna do anything? Oh, Lori.
Yeah, so here I am. I'm back. And so far, so good. My internet's still working. 10 minutes into it, still works. But the other day, man, it was not working at all. Barely. It was like barely chugging along. Total bullshit, too. But that's what you have to put up with, I guess. Because everything's changing, right? They're like, get used to things not being good. Get used to things being like crap. So I'm like, okay, great. Wonderful. Yeah, and I heard that the hotel industry isn't doing well. I guess people don't want to stay in rooms because they're all afraid, I guess. If you know what I'm saying. People are afraid. They're all afraid of the problem. All these fools, you know, not mentioning names, but we all know who they are. The fools are, it's pretty obvious. Some of them aren't here anymore because they fully were on board with the BS, and that's why they're not here. And then the ones who are here that fall for it, by 2025, it's going to be pretty apparent what's going to happen next, isn't it? They are getting rid of all the fossil fuels in the state. At least the state I'm in, they're getting rid of all the fossil fuels, phasing them out. That's why they're being hella rude to me about the gas-powered cars I have. I think that's why they're being rude to me out of nowhere when I've been nothing but a faithful customer of theirs for over 10 years. And all of a sudden now they found it in their hearts to not allow me to be a customer of theirs. And I don't think it's just Geico. I think a lot of these other companies are going to follow suit, kind of like the PG&E thing. It wasn't just PG&E. Now all these other electric companies are following the same, they're marching the same drummer. It's not just PG&E. Everyone thinks, oh, it's just California. They're just going to do all this craziness in California. Not necessarily. It's not just California that's going to experience a lot of the BS. Of course, California is always first ones to experience it naturally. We're the first ones on the guinea pig list, but it always shifts over to other states because they have to spread it like an infection. Get it? Because it's not going to be effective unless everybody has it. Get it? They don't want certain people having freedom. They want people to be completely helpless to them, like children. And I'm not a child, so I was done being a child a long time ago. Even when I was a child, I didn't want to be a child. I just wanted to have my freedom. I didn't want someone to tell me what to do and all that. You know what I mean? Because there were some people that didn't have my best interest. It was all in their best interest, not mine. They weren't worried about my education. They were worried about their paycheck. So they just forced you to sit in this box all day with a bunch of people throwing stuff at you. That's the way I looked at it. And I don't ever want to return back to that, even my worst nightmares. It's like, never again. Thank God it's over. I could never ever live in a shelter again. I already been in a shelter. Those are nightmares. Try living in a shelter. They're going to try to do that with those burned out Walmarts that are all closing because of all the shoplifting. And the fools that are doing all the shoplifting don't realize that they're going to be living in a Walmart very soon, probably. Enjoy the free ride while you can. It's like the gingerbread house. Enjoy nibbling on the house for free, but eventually the witch is going to come out and you're going to have to pay the toll for all the stings that you've used. All the freebies you got, you're going to have to pay it back, and you're going to have to pay it back really soon. It's not going to be later, it's going to be sooner. And these people that say they're your friends and they're stepping on the people that are trying to warn you, well, the free ride's going to end soon. You see, I can't get into great details because we live in a society where you can't get into great details. And when you do get into great details, you end up like Bill Cooper. If you get into any deep details about what you're trying to say, you won't be around. You see, you can't. That's why we have Tucker Carlson, who literally skirts around the truth. You know what I mean? He doesn't exactly reveal 100%. He's still controlled opposition. You know what I mean? It's more to antagonize us than anything than to create any solutions. It's to make us feel stupid because we're stuck in the system. I didn't sign up for. I never signed up for this stupid system. I never signed up for the cell phone, wireless cell phone crap. I never signed up for it. It's just kind of thrown in our laps, phasing out all the old ways and inviting all these new ways in, and they're not working. And them getting rid of fossil fuels is not going to roll over well with the average American once it hits the fan. Because once people realize they can't start their car in the morning, these new age stuff, it's going to hit them like a ton of bricks. What's going on here? And there won't be anyone there to bail them out when it happens. Because the replacement parts on these things are going to be outrageous to replace the pieces and the parts. It's kind of like when these cell phones that you have, when the battery goes out, the battery costs almost as much as the damn phone. So what happens is you have to replace the entire phone because it costs about the same amount to replace the entire phone. And see, there's more waste. And that's what's going to create more waste, is having to chuck these cars and then make new ones that are just as faulty. And this is the Red Dragon way, is to make throwaway crap. And the landfills are full of them. Look at all this crap. This place that I live at, there's people keep throwing microwaves in the trash because they're garbage. You go to Walmart and you buy a microwave and it breaks after like 3 months. Total garbage, piece of crap. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it too. Same thing with these new Tesla things. They're going to be garbage. They're just like the microwaves and the cheap stuff that's made in these big factories in the Red Dragon country. I know no one wants to hear that, right? Especially this platform. But it's true. No matter how they try to cover it up, it's the truth. You can't hide the truth. The truth is the truth. And I knew that these cell phones were going to be trouble. Because my sister's like, you get to have a cell phone because if the school calls, they need to know, you need to be told whether or not your child's sick or something, and they need to be picked up or whatever it is. And I go, well, they can just call me on my house phone if I'm away and I'm at the store or something. They can leave a message and I'll get back to them right away. And usually if I leave the house, I don't leave for more than 20, 30 minutes. And usually in the old days, in the past, you would just get the message from the school. So it's like nothing happened bad then, no more than it does now. And I don't see what the urgency is. So I just say the less tracking you have, the better. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm hanging on to my box TV for as long as I can. I'm not going to say it's going to last forever, me hanging on to my TV. It ain't going to last forever. Of course, things do break eventually, and then you're not going to be able to find stuff because it's all freaking landfills. Everybody throws everything away like it's garbage. So, see, kind of like where I live, it's just, everything just sucks. Not totally, but it does. Things are just really weird and poor and stuff. So you have to try to make do with what you have. Kind of like what I have in the background here. I cover up the window because it kind of blocks out some of the overlight that comes in because it does get super bright in here. I mean, I appreciate the light naturally, of course. Nobody likes darkness, but it does kind of black out or make a lot of shadows and stuff on everything I do. But anyways, I would love to have a yard or anything else. Blah, 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 right? So anyways, I'm into almost 20 minutes of literally absolutely nothing. It's because I can't talk about anything. Oh yeah, I was trying to do.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
You scared the fucking shit out of my dumbass.
If Nick wants to upgrade his Fortnite with just an email and no money, just use my email because they can't. Even if it's a fraud, they can't take anything from me.
I'm recording, by the way.
I don't have a bank account.
Yeah. I'm recording.
Oh, sorry. Well, whatever.
Yeah. Thanks. Or you could be like that fraudster that said he was giving away a free.
Well, no. I'm just saying, if you want to use my
No, that fraudster fucker that said he was giving away a free PlayStation. It's like, all you got to do is just pay the shipping. And guess what he does? He steals your bank information.
Well, yeah,
and then you don't get a PlayStation. And he's still listing that, too. Because he's waiting for a fish to bite. That's why he's doing it. He's waiting. He's like a shark. It's a shark. He's still waiting. Yeah, so there you go. No, I'm not giving anyone my bank information. You know what I'm saying? I don't have enough money in my bank to even be telling anybody crap. No, I was trying to record that fog, but the stinking thing won't. It won't.
Sorry, I didn't know you were recording.
Won't work. Stupid thing doesn't work right. None of this crap works right. It's all cheap China crap. But yeah, we wanna buy more from them, right? Let's buy more of their crap, and then let them build their factories here too while we're at it. So they can totally take over all the land. So that way people like me can't buy any property because they bought all the damn property. Know how it works?
Well, yeah.
Now, see, this stupid device doesn't work that good either. I can't put it on a stupid computer because it's all cheap China crap. Stinking glare. I was trying to. My arm's so tired holding this piece of shit. Because I got crappy equipment. It doesn't work right. Can't afford anything. Just got that idiot president. A whole year left of that guy. Boo-hoo. Yeah. I guess that's the wonderful part about being an American is you have to put up with number 46. Right? Closing all the oil and all that. And gas. Everyone's going to be cold by the 23rd. Everything's supposed to be hella cold. Freezing. And California, apparently, on my side, we're not going to really experience much of a cold snap during the 23rd, December 23rd. Apparently, it's going to be like 70 degrees in Los Angeles. So Los Angeles isn't really going to get too affected by it. But the east side of the United States is going to get screwed, I guess. They're going to be cold. So, and with utilities the way they are, people are not likely to turn on their heat because they're not going to want to pay that bill. And if there's outages and stuff, people are going to be in worse shape because they won't even be able to run anything to stay warm, even an electric blanket or whatever, to stay under that, just to save money. And if you're not lucky enough to have a wood stove, you're screwed. Like, I heard this story. There's a guy that lives locally around where I live, and he's lucky enough to have a wood stove, but he doesn't have enough wood. So there's this lady that's trying to get him some firewood because he won't run his heater because he can't afford it. He's on a fixed income. And he doesn't, I don't blame him. I'd rather freeze than run that bill up. So that's how it is. And people are shopping in stores where they're buying expired food or almost expired food to save money because they don't want to be charged these gouging prices on everything. Everything's hell of inflated. I don't drive nowhere. Stinking car insurance company dropping my insurance, and then I got to wait another 10 days, I think, till they email me and say whether or not I'm worthy to be a client of theirs. And meanwhile, there's people hit and running cars. I just saw it on Facebook. Some local guy said someone ran into their car and drove off. And yet I'm supposed to be the one to pay my car insurance, so someone can do that to me. I just find it to be bullshit. And then people can shoplift and all that and get away with it. So blah, blah, blah. B. Yeah, but it's not fair. It's all bullshit. Because we have an idiot running our country. And see, I didn't mention the name because we already know who it is. We already know who's to blame. Even that Henry Kissinger guy was saying we need to make peace with the bears because it could get really ugly really fast. Things could escalate really fast. Because I seen them. They're loading. The bears are loading up all these missiles into their storage facilities over in Moscow and stuff, and they're protecting their grids, power grid, because they know that they could possibly get hit again. So they don't want to have any of their systems shut down. Yeah, did you hear in Indonesia too? You can't live in sin in Indonesia. Apparently, you can't live with someone and not be married, and you also can't be GAY apparently in Indonesia either. Those are both against the law. So if you live in Indonesia, I guess you're going to have to shape up. They said even people that aren't natives to Indonesia that are in Indonesia and they're living in sin or they're GAY in Indonesia, they can literally be jailed or whatever for that in Indonesia. And apparently it's a law. So we haven't heard little Bitey talk about Indonesia. Why hasn't he? Why hasn't he criticized them? Or the Middle East or whatever. He doesn't criticize them either, and they're pretty harsh in their viewpoints. That's why they get along with the bears so much, because some of their ideals are almost similar. They believe in Allah, and the bears believe in Jesus, and the Muslims look at Jesus as kind of the same way. So they basically see eye to eye on religion for the most part. Because the Muslims do regard Jesus as a Messiah, basically, for the most part. They do give him acknowledgement because they believe in the Most High, and they don't believe in drugs or alcohol, so they're sober people. So, and they make their wives wear, like, burqas and all that, and they're not allowed to show any skin, so. And they can't go in there without a male escort, all that crap. Whatever. That's their way. You can't change it. And they don't want Western values in their country. And it's never going to change. They're never going to change. You're never going to change who they are as people. Now, America, we're all over the map. It's just everybody's everything, all over the place. It's like a big melting pot of total crap. That's probably why we're so screwed up, because we're not organized. Our Christianity is so scattered to the winds. People only use Christianity when it's convenient, but other than that, people don't care about God and they don't fear God. They just live in the moment. So, sorry about what I'm talking about. It's not like organized. I'm not talking in an organized manner. I probably should be, but I'm not, because I don't really give a shit. Because I live in a crappy existence. My life is total crap. I'm sure yours is pretty much crap too. Because when you think about the future, it's not really good. It's not great. It's not going to be great. It's going to get worse. because they've already decided they're going to steal the 24 election, and they're gearing up for Gavin Newsom, who could be the Antichrist, to be the leader. And it's terrible because look what he's done to my state. He's ruined our state. And look at all the homeless people that live in my community here. It's like growing. Even our local leaders around here all humdrum. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They're just stupid. Everybody here is just, the local leaders around here are retarded. Oh yeah, this one lady knocked on my door. She saw, so do you want to join our Christmas party or whatever we're having at the Opera Hall? And I'm like, no, I'm okay, thanks anyway. And she's like, okay. It's like, I just don't want anything to do with anything. I don't want to be around people that are local because there's no one to talk to. And I don't want to say something that might offend them that sounds too right-wing for them because they're all a bunch of left-wingers and stuff. And, you know what I mean? I just don't want to be around people. You know what I mean? It's not that I don't appreciate the offer that she offered, but it's just like, you know, it's all right. I just don't want to be around people because they're all indoctrinated and shit. And I just don't want to be around anyone right now. Because I wish I was personally, I wish I was in West Virginia or something, or Idaho or somewhere more red, you know. Then I might consider joining in their party or something. If they want to have a holiday party, then I might consider it. Then I might say, you know what, because most people in this community are pretty cool. So I wouldn't mind being around them because we could actually talk the way I want to talk without having to censor myself because everybody's so freaking triggered, you know? You know what I mean? And I've been going through an experience where in the last 2 months, a couple months ago, I was doing a live stream and my stinking neighbor or whatever, neighbors or what, ex-neighbor was chiming in on my videos and making death threats and stuff, you know, physical threats towards me, just because of my politics, because they didn't like my politics at the time when I lived somewhere else. And they got mad because I moved to another spot and they felt threatened, kind of like, I don't know, they're like animals or something. They think that they own a certain space or something, and you have to literally answer them to be in that space. And I don't like that. So I don't want to be part of this community. I just want to do what I have to do and just go away from everybody. I just want to stay in my cocoon as long as I can. I don't want someone unzipping my cocoon and seeing what's inside of it, because it's not going to be a butterfly, I'll tell you that, because I'm not happy like a butterfly. I'm more like a hornet. Just leave me be, you know. You don't want to poke a hornet's nest. Just leave me alone, you know. I haven't come out and I'm not bothering you. Just don't poke a stick into the hornet's nest. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to poke a hole into the hornet's nest, which is America, which is the foundation of this country. And they're poking and poking and poking it. And eventually these hornets are going to come out and it's not going to be pretty. It's not. You can only starve people out for so long. People are going to get mad. You know what I mean? They try to do that whole MONKEY thing. It didn't work out. And then this new thing isn't going to work out either, because they know people are catching on to it. And I can't say what it is, but it doesn't have any, it's not going to grow any traction, because I think people are burned out with this crap. So they're going to try to do where they mess with the banking system. Get it? They're going to try that approach instead, because they can't get people to go along with it anymore. So I think, I don't know. I could be totally wrong. I'm guessing. I can't speculate what other people are going to do, I guess. But I think they're going to mess with us when it comes to our banking and our financial, whatever, however we deal with our financial shit. You know, because most people do things online through banks or whatever and take care of business or whatever. And once in a while, you might take a few bucks out of your bank account once in a while to go buy something. And they want to stop you from doing that, obviously. They want to stop you from withdrawing money out of your account, because they don't want you to do private transactions between you and somebody else. They don't want you doing private transactions. Eventually, they're going to phase that out, because they want to know all your business, what you do, all of it. And I don't like it when people knock on my door, because I don't know who the hell it is. I don't like unexpected visits from people. I don't like people inquiring or trying to help or prying. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like giving out my phone number if I, my phone, because I don't want people calling me and bothering me and trying to make me pressure me into something that's uncomfortable for me. That's why they want all information, so they can start bothering you a lot. That's what they're doing. They want to bother us and keep sticking their nose in our business. And I'm sick and tired of it. Like that woman knocked on my door and asked me if I wanted to go to a Christmas party. It's like, dude, I didn't invite you to come to my door to ask me to go to a Christmas party, okay? Am I knocking on your door and asking you to a Christmas party?
Lighten up.
I did lighten up. It's all lightened out. But, that's the kind of stuff I don't like. I don't like it when people knock on my door and ask me if I want to participate in something.
Well, it'd be a humbug.
It's not a bah humbug. I'm suspicious of people, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't like people knocking on my door. I don't know who it is.
So Debbie Downer. I mean,
No, it's not a Debbie Downer. It's called I don't want you knocking on my door. I don't know who you are. That's the downer. Because I don't want you trying to help me unless I ask for help. Now, if I ask for it, that's one thing. But if I didn't ask for it and you're trying to extend the barbed wire, I'm not reaching out. I'm not, because everything's a red flag at this point. Okay? Sorry, I live in California, so I'm not really cool with that. See what I'm saying? That's why I said I'll never go back to a shelter. Ever. I'd rather live in the dirt and just wrap a sleeping bag around my shoulders and talk to a building than ever go back to a shelter ever again. So, and that's my own personal account. Other people, whatever. They can't handle being outdoors. But I don't. If it means I can keep my freedom, then I'm going to be a dirty Diana. I don't care and be stinky and gross, but I still have my freedom. I don't have somebody telling me, oh, you need to drug test. You need to breathe into this breathalyzer to see if you've had a couple of glasses of wine or something in order to stay here. And you have to do a bunch of chores.
You don't even drink.
No, I don't drink anymore because I don't want to drink. And plus, I don't want to spend the money because I don't have any. So there's the truth. And I have to save the money for PG&E. Don't we?
Obviously.
Yeah, I have to save it for utilities and all that. So therefore, if I ever do want to drink, because I see the dude sniffing hair, yeah, I want to drink. But no, I don't want to waste the money.
Bring up the level of
Don't be so negative. Don't be so negative. Maybe you should let Joe Biden sniff your hair. Everything might be fine after that. If he sniffs everyone's hair, everything will be fine. Just line up and let him sniff your hair and you'll get immunity. You won't even have to worry about the digital banking system after that, right? He gives you the immunity by sniffing your head. Right? Why doesn't he sniff Kamala's hair? Why doesn't he sniff her hair? Probably because her hair doesn't smell good. Probably smells like crap. So he doesn't sniff her head. And he's probably done sniffing his wife's hair. It's like he's already sniffed all the new car smell off of her. Now she just smells like crap. Now she just smells like Biden drool. Old scratch and sniff Biden. Yeah, he's a piece of crap, isn't he? I know. I don't even want to talk about that fool. But it's hard not to when he's literally trying to go to war with the bears. And I can't say the name of the country because it's bad to say the name of that country. It's like, who gives a shit? Do you know I have ancestors that live in the bear country? So I'm not going to badmouth them because I have a bloodline through that area. So yeah, I kind of have a bias towards those type of people because maybe that's why I'm so goddamn innovative, because of that. Maybe that's why I'm not a lefty. And I do admit I did vote for Dum John Kerry back in 2003, but I was only in my 20s. I didn't know what I was doing. Because I thought if I voted for John Kerry, I would be able to buy a house, because I thought back then the Republicans weren't allowing me to buy a house. But I was wrong. I was really wrong on that. And I realized it wasn't the Republicans that were keeping me from buying a house. It was actually the idiot that I was living with that was too cheap and he didn't want to own a home. He wanted to just rent so he could smoke weed with his stupid, retarded friends that lived in the next building. That's all it was. Plus, he didn't like me, so he didn't want to do any futuristic stuff with me. So that's why also. And he didn't want to have to fight with me over a house thing if it didn't work out, which it never was going to work out, because he never took a shower and he farted all the time. He burped and all that. And he kept saying he wanted a mail order bride, and eventually did get one. He got himself a little Filipino. And I'm like, I'm glad. I'm glad you got yourself that, because they do whatever you say. And I'm like, I'm not like that. I'm westernized, and I came from a westernized female, so you're not going to make me into something I'm not. You're not going to turn me into J-Lo, and you're not going to turn me into whatever you think it is I'm supposed to be. And he spent years and years trying to transform me into somebody else, and I'm not. I'm me. I'm not somebody else. So it didn't work out, and I'm glad it didn't work out, because I can't be around people like that are hella phony and fake and plastic. And it's all about self-gratification. It's all bullshit. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot being with somebody like that. I learned a lot about people that are pieces of crap. And I don't want to be around people like that. Because I thought that was the best I could do, was a piece of shit like that. And I hate talking crap, but it's just, it's a hard lesson, and I don't want to ever go through that again. I hope I never have to. Look at this. CNN says, get ready for a polar plunge. The first week of winter brings snow and bitterly cold temperatures. Astronomical winter officially begins this Wednesday, and Jack Frost will arrive in full force. Temperatures will take a plunge this week. So apparently it's a huge story, I guess. It's going to be freaking cold. Oh, this is such crap. Yeah, they're really going to test us. Who's they, you say? We already know who they is. They've already announced it. Who they is. They, their, them. Is. See, here it says CBS News. First alert weather, Sunday night forecast, CBS San Francisco. The Seattle Times, snow showers arrive in Seattle area as holidays begin. See, they can do a forecast okay, I guess. They can't mess that up. You can't mess weather up. But everything else, they mess it up. Yeah, Josie, it's the dark winter that they warned us about, right? Yeah. Black Christmas, blackouts coming. Yeah. It's going to be terrible. So if you got your camping stove ready, if you don't have gas, appliances or whatever, and it's all electric, you might want to get like a gas burner or whatever to cook some food or heat food up, and get your ice chest ready and buy some ice, tons of ice to keep your food cold. Because, that's what's going to sell out first when the blackouts happen. People are going to buy tons of ice to save their food, because their food's going to spoil hella fast. Even in the dead of winter, even if you bury your food in the snow, it'll still break down. How do I know? Because I lived at the 5,000 foot level, and we used to bury our food in the snow, and it would still spoil. It would still go bad. It's just, you can't win this. It sucks. It's like after a week, you got to give up the fight. You got to give up the ghost. Because it's all ruined, all your meat and stuff. Plus you have no electricity to cook with, unless you have gas. If you have gas, then you can cook the meat that's going to spoil. But then again, you're going to have to eat a ton of meat, right? All at once. Like, what the hell, dude? This sucks. I guess if I had a bunch of Alaskan Huskies or something, I could feed them all the damn meat that's going to spoil. But salt pounds it. Yeah. Yeah, buy salt pounds of it. Yeah, that's a good idea, Josie, is to dry the meat, right? You got to smoke it, right? Smoke the meat and dry it and salt. Then you don't have to worry about the spoilage. Very good. That's good thinking. Instead of a bunch of meat getting wasted, you might as well start salting it now, right? If you know it's coming, the outages are coming, you need to dry the meat. If you have a way to do it, like buy one of those food dehydrators and put the meat in there and make it into beef jerky. That way you have tons of meat available for you. I don't know where you store it. Somewhere obviously not, somewhere cool, I guess, a cool area that's not hot, because otherwise it'll make things spoil. Yeah, that's a great idea, isn't it, Josie? To make beef jerky if you can. With the meat you do have. So if you do have the outage, you're not going to lose all your meat. I mean, you're going to lose your cheese and milk and stuff, of course, naturally. But you can save your meat before it actually spoils and it's garbage. And if you spend a lot of money on it at the grocery store, you don't want to lose all your food. And you're lucky if you have canned chicken and stuff. You're lucky if you got that in the cabinet to keep, hold you off till they get the lights back on or whatever. Yeah, vinegar to pickle things. Good idea. Yeah, you better people better start researching how to preserve food, because it's going to spoil and it's going to get really horrible. Oh, you have a dehydrator? So you're cooking with grease, Josie. You know what you're doing, because I've seen your videos. You do all kinds of cooking, so you know how to preserve food too. Not just cook it, but how to preserve it where it lasts and lasts. Because in the old days, people used to make beef jerky and they'd eat a lot of stew because that's all they really had. They had some potatoes and carrots, and they keep it in the root cellar, right? Which is basically just a hole dug in the ground and with rocks or whatever to make the walls. And they store their potatoes and carrots and probably even pumpkins or whatever, and then just slowly chip away at it during the winter and eat beef stew. That's probably one of their main meals, was probably beef stew and probably flatbread, because that's all they really had. And they had to go to probably a trading post to get the flour. Can you imagine doing that? No, not really, huh? Hella sucks. And the Indians, they used to cook flatbreads and stuff on a hot rock. They'd build a fire and then they'd put a rock on there and then they'd cook the flatbread on the fire. Nothing special, but it kept you alive. So even the Indians knew that. So take a lesson from some of the ancestors, what the hell they did when they had no refrigeration. How did you save food or preserve food that you needed to survive, especially when it's hella cold? Like the Indians, they would just use pelts and stuff to stay warm. Fur. They had to do what they had to do. Otherwise, they would have died off. They would have been their race would have been totally extinct if they hadn't used their brains. I can't think of any product made in America that I think is quality or good. Exactly. We were just talking about that, Def Brett, about the microwaves and stuff. They're made like crap. Oh, look at this. California WFO Los Angeles. Warnings, watches, and advisories. And it's got a picture of somebody with a diaper on their face. This is like a new thing from an hour ago. Oh, I wonder what that's all about, right? And they're going to start it right here in California when they start the BS again. Bill Gates will have us eating bugs sooner or later. The only time I'm going to eat bugs is when I'm dead. Then the bugs can eat my flesh. But I'm not eating the bugs. No. I'm not going to resort to that. If it gets to that point, it's over. You might as well just jump off a waterfall or whatever. Whatever you choose, your mode of bye-bye is. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. And God would understand. He'd be like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. You're good. You get like an instant ticket into heaven. God's like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand. Bill Gates, all them, yeah, I get it. You're good. You're good. Come on in, buddy. Buzzards got to eat as well as worms. That's disgusting, right? It's hella morbid, but it's reality. We can't exactly hide from it. You know what I mean? It's just a sad reality. And no one's gonna spend hours and hours cremating your body, right? It takes about, I watched the videos, it took about 3 hours to cremate a human body, in a cremation thing. 3 hours to cremate someone and then crush the bones and put it in an urn and give it to the family. 3 hours. And not everybody is willing to do that, work a job like that, cremating people. I mean, it's pretty stomach curdling, you know what I mean? Like cooking people and these cremation things, and like eat after you like scooped out like ashes and bones. Like, ugh. It's disgusting, isn't it? I mean, it's too personal. It's just gross. You know what I mean? It goes above and beyond just cleaning up like poop or something. This is like human parts. You know what I mean? It's weird. Like you see like teeth and stuff in the ashes, and like, I don't know. It's just really weird. It's just kind of disgusting. I don't know. It's just, ugh. I don't like it. I mean, I guess it's fascinating if you look at it, but if you had to deal with it personally, it'd probably make you throw up. You know what I mean? Even if you don't know the person. I don't plan on dying. Well, God has other plans for all of us. We're not going to be taking our shell with us. That's for sure. Look at all these people in graveyards. They're not taking their shell either. When Jesus returns, they're not taking that with them. It's just their soul is going up. That's it. But everything else stays here. It's just the shell of your soul. Unfortunately, yeah. Because if you took your body with you, you'd literally fall to the clouds, right? Get it? Like you're too freaking heavy. Like the angels try to bring you up and you're too freaking heavy. They're like, dude, you got to leave the shell. We just need the soul. Okay? You're like, shit. But I don't want to leave my soul. I don't want to leave my body. They're like, no. Yeah, dirt naps for everyone. Yeah, I saw a clip yesterday. It was this guy that was doing videos about the people in can't even think straight. The Irish, the Celtic crosses. I think those are cool looking. Actually, they're all over their headstones. Celtic crosses, so cool looking. Anyways, there's people buried from a long time ago and stuff, and the Irish Catholic churches are really cool looking. Very cool. I mean, I've just started looking at it, and I'm like, that's actually pretty cool. It's kind of different than our graveyards. Their graveyards are a lot different. So are their trees and stuff. It's a lot greener over there too. It's really green. I'm going to Jerusalem, bringing back Jesus. But what about Jesus raising all these dead folks when he gave up the ghost and was crucified? He rose Lazarus. When Lazarus died, he rose him. But then when Lazarus died for the second time, he probably didn't take his body. He probably went to heaven with Jesus. And that's just a blink of an eye, probably. I can name a few U.S. products that are of top quality. Yeah. But it's made of lead, right? Yeah, you can't mess that up. Jesus rose his body and has the nail prints still to this day in his hands and feet. Yeah. Have you ever had a dream about Jesus? Those are like the baddest dreams, huh? Those are like the best dreams ever. Is having a dream about Jesus Christ. And you know it's Jesus Christ because there's no doubt about it. Even if it is your imagination or your mind speaking to you and creating a scenario, but it's still Jesus. I think it's still Jesus visiting you, and he wants to reassure you that he has not forsaken you. He has not forgotten about you. He hasn't turned his back on you. He knows what you're going through. He knows that you're enduring. So, and we have to endure. We can't let this fear get to us. Even the weather, the scary weather forecast they have for us, you just got to prepare for it. Like I said, with drying meat and stuff. If you know they're going to shut your power off, and you know you got a freezer full of meat or a refrigerator or whatever you have at, I would figure out a way to dry the meat as best you can, and then start, vacuum sealing whatever you got, and store it. And if you can share it with others, share it. But if you can't, you can't. But if you got plenty to share, then I would share with other people, maybe people that are vulnerable, like old people or something that are scared. I'd try to help them because Jesus would probably, I don't know. I'm not going to say reward you, but he would probably say, if you feed the homeless or the hungry, you're feeding me, kind of thing. So if you can afford to share with others, I would say share. But if you can't, you can't. You know what I mean? If it's going to take food out of your mouth, then don't do it. But if you can afford to extend to others, then I'd say give out to others. But don't go around broadcasting it, because you'll have every person begging you. You'll have tons of stray cat people everywhere. I don't think I ever dreamed of Jesus, but I experienced stigmata effects, like my body was being crucified. Yeah, the crucified is you finding out you're getting your freaking insurance policy canceled. For me. It's like, what the hell, dude? Drinking water by the gallons and bleach for sanitizing. Yeah. Yeah, I know someone that has like 100 bleach bottles by their door. They're all empty too, because it's just part of the craziness. Get it? Got it good. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm glad I'm shedding myself of my old life, and now I'm morphing into this new thing, which is I don't give a shit anymore kind of creature. And I'm not afraid to die. I'm not. And there's a reason why There's a reason why I'm not getting many hours at my job, because people don't want to spend money, and people are scared of just the new BS, I guess. So, plus all these idiots are out getting the, the pokey pokies, right? New hokey pokies, and they're afraid, so they get new hokey pokies. And in the next couple of weeks, we're probably going to start hearing ambulances again. At least in my area, we've been hearing about 5 a day that run through here. I don't know what they're for, but they're turning the damn sirens on. And we didn't used to have that years ago. We didn't hear all that. Now all of a sudden it's like, and it's weird. It's like where I live, it's real quiet now. I mean, for the most part, it's like people are just like disappearing, kind of like a Twilight Zone movie where people are just poof and disappearing. It's like that movie Langoliers, where people are just kind of just not there anymore, and they're being replaced by crazy people. Just they're nuts. They're like they all have brain damage or something. I had the Holy Ghost on me so much that I felt Christ experience. It was awful, sad, terrible, just so sad. I could feel my palms being pierced. It was so horrible. Yeah, it's like that Emily Rose girl, huh? From what was it called? I can't remember what it was called, but it was about the girl named Emily Rose that was possessed by demons or whatever. And then she was visited. Her spirit was visited by the Virgin Mary in the movie, and then the Virgin Mary asked Emily Rose if she wanted to keep fighting or if she wanted to let go. And I guess she decided to let go. So she died. But she had starved to death, literally, because she wasn't eating, because the demon wouldn't allow her to eat. Wouldn't allow her to have food in her body. It's really sad. And it was scary because Emily Rose was a Catholic as well as her mother. And they were using all these Catholic priests to try to exorcise the demon out of her body. And it wouldn't leave. It wouldn't go away from her. And she seemed like she was a normal girl for the most part. And then she got possessed by this thing, I guess, that wouldn't go away. And they always seem to attack Catholics for some reason. I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe they hate Peter or something, the one who started the church. And that's why they attack Catholics in particular. I don't know. They don't usually go after just regular Christians, I guess. They prefer to mess with Catholics. I don't get it. I don't understand it. People are becoming human pincushions, right? Just like, what's her name? Peggy Hall said, that's what's happening, and it's sad. And I never will be. Never have, never will, like she said. That's her line. Never have, never will. I never will. I don't care how many new clinics open up offering free healthcare services or whatever it is that they're offering people to entice people to come in and get checkups or whatever. I'm never going in because it's none of their business what my condition or whatever it is I might have. I just don't want to be part of it anymore. And I'm going to suffer for that because I'm not going to be part of the system that's transforming into whatever the hell it is, because they want it all to be AI or whatever. No more human interaction. It's all just computers and stuff. No more one-on-one human to human contact. And they're using the GERM factor to use as an excuse to get rid of that one-on-one personal interaction. They want to get rid of that. And I've never seen anything like this before. The only thing they haven't got rid of was that freaking jury duty. I'm like, oh, wow, with all the problems going on, but yet you want me to come in person to serve jury duty. I thought we were in a problem. But apparently you want me to serve jury duty, which somebody kindly said is my civic duty. Civic duty? Then someone else do it. Because I don't want to do it. I'm sick of it. I get it every 6 months. And the last 4 times I've been in jury duty, they stick me in the jury box. I'm sick of it because then they put me on the spot. And then I have to come up with a reason why I shouldn't be chosen as a juror. And I have to literally be a bitch in order to get my point across. Because other than that, if you're passive, you're just literally stuck there. It's like, dude, I keep getting picked every 6 months. That's twice a year. I'm in a jury box twice a year. And it's like I wore a Trump shirt a couple of years ago to piss them off so they wouldn't pick me, and they literally picked me for a juror. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You got to be kidding me. They're like, no, we like you because you're wearing a Trump shirt, and that makes it more intriguing. It's like, oh, crap. I should have worn a Hillary shirt. Then you wouldn't have picked me. You would have had respect for me. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm in California, so I thought it would make the lawyers really angry, and they'd be like, yeah, I don't like you. Like, good. Can I go now? Because I don't want to be here. I had a cop come up to me and ask for ID just yesterday. Why was he asking for ID? Were you just walking down the street and he asked for ID? Or were you driving? Because if you were just walking down the street or something, they have no right to ask for ID. It's like, excuse me, but I don't have to give you that information unless you have a warrant or something demanding that I give you my information. It's like, what's this about? Because I don't have to tell you crap who I am. I could be nobody. I was working on my car at my work in the parking lot. Why would you ask for your ID for that? If you're at work, why would they care? That's weird. They're like, oh, you match the description, right? Of someone, whoever they're looking for, right? Oh, is it a straight white male? Is that what they're talking about? You matched the description of a straight white male. It was after hours, but the manager said I could where I work. And cop said he got a call, but I didn't believe that. Oh, they said someone called, said you were there after hours, and they thought you were trespassing. Got a call about someone under a car with a flashlight. Oh, I see. They thought it was suspicious, so they came out and checked it out. Okay. So that I guess that gave them jurisdiction, I guess, to ask for your ID. That's crazy. So it was a nosy Karen, obviously, that called. Probably some neighbor that lived nearby that saw the light and called. Okay. Why didn't the Karen just come up to you and ask you? And if it's a Karen that lives nearby, then the Karen would know who you are because they would recognize you and say, oh, that's just so-and-so that's working. I recognize him from the yard. You know what I mean? Like if you live nearby and you recognize people, you go, oh, that's that dude that works at the shop. I've seen him a lot of times. So it wouldn't be alarming. We have people that live behind us, or not lived. There's a scrapyard right behind us. And there's workers that work there, and they play volleyball and stuff, and they play there late at night too. Sometimes they'll play volleyball and they'll make hella loud noise, and I'm not calling the cops. I don't give a shit. It's like, I'm not a Karen, unless they're like torching the place, but other than that, it ain't my business. Because I know they work there. They're employees. They all have the same shirts on. Either way, it's a police state. If someone thought I was stealing, why not just ask me? Why call the cops? Yeah, exactly. Why didn't they just come up to you and ask? Just have a big, strong man come over there and ask, go, hey, man. And you just say, yeah, I work here. Yeah, and they'd probably recognize you. If they live nearby, they'd probably recognize you. They'd recognize your car. They go, oh, that's just that dude that works there. I don't think anyone called. I think the cop was just driving around and saw my light under the car and wanted to taunt me. I know, right? I'm there all the time. Exactly. He was fishing, probably fishing. He's fishing for a straight white male. Because he said you were being racist while looking under your hood. Hey, were you fixing your gas-powered car? Because that's against the law now, because that goes against emissions and CO2. Damn you, Spillway. You know when you pull all that right stuff, they just laugh and test you and make things worse. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have very good experience with cops either. If you watched my videos in the past, I don't have a good experience with cops. They've treated me like crap. Yeah, see, fuck them. Fuck them and their hatred towards gas-powered cars. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, Newsom, give me my stimulus check so I can fill my gas tank all the way to the top. And then I'm going to let my exhaust fart all over that car. And then fart all over that tree too, and let the tree absorb all my CO2 fart from my tailpipe. And if I could afford it, I have a diesel so I could do more damage. You know what I'm saying? That way all the dum-dums can all put their gas mask on and choke and go, you piece of shit. And you're like, yep. And guess who's going to break down this winter? Not me. You are. The first cold snap, your stupid little Energizer battery with wheels isn't going to run. Yeah, that's what I did, Oroville Dam Spillway. First I said, is there a reason I have to show ID? Then I just complied because, meh. Exactly. Well, you don't have to show ID. They're just fishing around. Deaf bread. The cop probably thought you were stealing the catalytic converter. Oh. Isn't the catalytic converter in the back, though? I didn't know it was under the hood. Isn't it where the exhaust pipe is? In the back? I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Because I don't steal catalytic converters, so I don't know where the fuck they are. Because I'm a freaking thief. The cops do not really understand the Fourth Amendment. Cops don't understand anything. All they understand is what kind of glaze they want on their donut. Electric cars suck. See, I got a strike for saying that like a week ago. Piece of shit. Stupid, tube. I got a strike for that, by the way, because I criticized the stinking Energizer battery with wheels. Even if I was stealing it, it's not his either. So what's his claim in court? They don't have a claim. Yeah, but you know what? These stinking, I probably won't even be marked for the extermination pit. That's why they keep picking me for jury duty, because I'm not going to be exterminated. Get it? The Nazis are not going to exterminate certain people. They're like, no, we find you intriguing. Good. I guess you'd keep me around and clean your toilet, huh? And then when you get sick, you're going to steal my pure blood. That's what you're doing, huh? Oh, I was under the car. Oh, shit. So he thought you were stealing the converter? Yeah, he saw, hey, man, while you're stealing that converter, give me a cut of it. Cut of the profits, dude. Because you ain't going to get prosecuted, so give me a cut of it. And I won't say shit. And then he probably smokes crack, when he's in the inner city, he probably smokes crack with the homies. Because they ain't going to charge him anyway. Might smoke crack with him, right? Society always picks on me. Spooks. Gaslighting narcs all my life. See, that's what we have. That's why we don't go outside. Because the second I open my door, it's like a parade of people wanting to say hello. Except it's like Charles Manson saying hello. It's like, no, not you saying hello, please. And please, not that one. And it's some guy that goes, he has no teeth and all that, and his hair's like falling out, and it looks like he's from Chernobyl, and he's like, hey man, you got a cigarette? And it's like literally at my door, like asking for shit. It's like, hell no. Hey, do you know Marcy from the Dimeback Grill? And it was a guy, his hair sticking all up, and he had pajamas on. It's like, who the hell is this? And he just runs away. It's like, what the hell? Laugh out loud, Red Dawn, non-NPC. You make your husband laugh a lot. Yeah. Yeah, he's so used to what I say, he doesn't laugh anymore. If it was new to him, he'd probably laugh, but no, it's his old hat. Because I'm like, my rants and raves are hella old. It's the same old complaints. Yeah, I get just spiritual attacks, like an extreme level. It's weird and far out this world. Yeah. And also you get sick too. Do you ever notice that you get these really bad headaches? I know I'm repeating the same old crap, but a lot of people are saying they're getting these terrible headaches. They feel like their brains are going to explode out of their head. Like their ears hella hurt. Like it's really, really bad pressure in their ears. Like, and then you get like stiff neck, and then you get like shoulder pain and stuff. Really bad. And then all of a sudden it just like stops. It just like stops. All of a sudden you're like, okay, now I'm okay. It's like I was about to like pop like 10 freaking allergy pills because I thought my brain was going to explode. And then it just literally stops. Yeah. And it's really bad too, huh? It's like debilitating. Yep, Josie, it's the G, huh? It's the big G. Next thing it's going to be the upper level G. The big G. And then that's when the 2025 thing's going to happen. And I can't get into details. I'm sorry. But David Yates talks about it on his channel. He doesn't even hold back. He doesn't care because he just got a publisher to publish his books. He dropped Amazon because Amazon told him to F off, I guess, because they don't like his books about stripes in the air. So they dropped him and they're not going to print his books. So he went with another company that said they're going to print his books now. So, and now he's able to sell his books and sell them for cheaper because he got them to be printed for cheaper. So, yeah, he's happy about that. It was for the best, I guess, because Amazon sucks, I guess. They're jerks. They don't want the truth getting out, so they banned his books from printing. So now he has his books printed through another company that was willing to take him as a client, I guess. And now I think he's writing another one too. Another book about the stripes. And then the weird frost that's made of chemicals. I can't say what it is because it's restricted information. It's all private. But it's not private when it's going all over inside my brain, inside my circulatory system, is it? Now it's public information. I want to get an MRI of my spine and stuff. But like you say, I forget these hospital folk. I say forget these hospital folk. Well, I just say if it gets really bad, I guess you could cave in and do it. Get it? I guess if it's really bad and you can't function or whatever and the pain's really bad, then I'd say, okay, you're going to have to cave in and go. Oh, yeah, you know what Peggy Hall said? She's like, yeah, you can go to the doctor, but she goes, make some phone calls and find out if there's any doctors that don't require this and all the other bullshit. Because there's got to be a couple of doctors that don't subscribe to that shit. There's got to be. She's like, just shop around if you can. Shop around and look for a different doctor. If you can afford to, or you can get a different doctor that's not going along with bullshit, and you'll spare yourself the horse shit. You know what I mean? And she's already done it. Her and her husband, they found a couple of doctors that don't make them do this crap. So they got around it. There's always a way. If you have a will, there's some kind of way. But if you can just swallow your pride, I guess, and put on the diaper, I guess, just long enough to get the scan or whatever, then do it. But if you can avoid it, then avoid it. But if you can't because you have so much pain, then I'd say I guess you're going to have to cave. Because these stinking hospitals all go along with the same shit. Hard to keep up with the chat since I chicken pecked the keys. That's why I'm a housekeeper, because I chicken pecked the keys. Hey, you can't answer phones? No. Can you use a computer? Nope. I'm not a computer. I'm a human being. If we started thinking like that, we wouldn't be the way we are. My 5-month-old son was fussy, so I took him for a car ride and was followed by the sheriff for 10 miles before he pulled me over and just said, I matched the description, no ID check. Let me continue. Hard to keep up with the chat since I chicken pecked the keys. Yep. And it's hard to keep up when you don't got the keys to the kingdom of Satan. Because I don't want to subscribe to it. I don't subscribe to Satan. I subscribe to God. And they want to cancel my subscription. I go, you'll never cancel it because God is in my heart. You can't take that away from me. Even if you do execute me, you can't take God out of my soul. Even if you use whatever people's body parts for your sinister crap, I still have God in my soul. It doesn't matter. Even when they killed John the Baptist, he was still blessed, even though they killed him. It didn't ever stop the fact that he was blessed. So, and obviously his soul went to God right away because he literally baptized the Son of God, Jesus, which he said he wasn't even worthy to baptize Jesus, and Jesus told him to baptize him. So there you go. There's your sign. So John the Baptist didn't care about being killed because he knew God and he honored God by baptizing people. Red Dawn's comments rock. Thanks. But I'm not the one writing them. See, the people writing them, those are the people that rock. See? This is all meant to be. This is pretty cool. And I've learned to code pretty good. So we're going to have to learn how to speak Russian really soon too. So might as well start learning it. If you don't get a permanent suntan from what they're going to do to us next. Learn how to speak Russian. But I'm not going to learn how to speak Chinese. I'm not doing that. No. No more compliance. No more silence. Stand up and die on your feet, not on your knees. Right. Oh, yeah. My background. Yeah, it's called ghetto. This is the ghetto. You want to see the rest of the ghetto? It's just cluttered, fucked up. Yeah, it's just a fucked up. I'm not complaining. At least I got a roof over my head. At least I don't have my walls aren't a tent. You know what I mean? Where it's windy out and there's like mold and spiders crawling in and out, and you know what I mean? And there's like a stinking lantern on hanging from the ceiling. Oh, wait a minute. Am I having a flashback? Nah. I ain't bitter. Never was. No, I lived in a tent. We lived in a tent for 3 months, about 3 months, with my then 5-year-old son. Because no one would help us, because everybody's in my family is all selfish jerks. So, and I'm not going to mention any names because I know they'll probably watch this later and be like, "Oh, I hate you." Well, you're the one wearing this in your freaking Facebook profile. So there's that shit. Because I re-looked at it, which I didn't want to because it's like chemo, but I saw this. I still saw this crap. I still saw it. So don't be lying to me. Yeah, subscribe to each other, right? And then make more videos and talk more crap. Because maybe if you talk more crap, maybe more people will talk crap too. Like more people will make videos, talk crap. See, if we keep all ganging up on them, maybe eventually they'll back off. If most of us talk more crap. How do you think the bowel movement people do this shit? Because the bowel movement people, they start out talking crap, and then it becomes huge hordes of talking crap, and then the huge hordes become groups, and the huge groups come and they know how to do stuff, and then they rest like a bear. They rest for a couple of months like a bear does, and then they wake up and they fuck shit up again. That's how they do it. But see, they don't have a good cause. They're retarded. So, and I know those type of people used to watch my channel and cut me all up and stuff and talk crap about me and stuff and say that they were outside my door, like threatening me and shit. It's like, dude, I got my door open right now. My front door is literally wide open. Not wide open, my door is open. So if you wanted to turn me into mincemeat, it's literally cracked open. See? That's how it works. So I guess if you want to come get me, I'm right here. And yeah, this pork tastes like chicken, I guarantee it. Because most people are turning into cannibals. There you go. There's your sign. Oh, Deaf Bread said, customers that show up at the auto shop wearing diapers are just plain weird. How many are doing it? A lot? That sucks. Depends on where you live, though, huh? But you're always going to find you're going to see sucker born every minute. Oh, you live where it's snowing, huh, Deaf Bread? So you live in a cold community. Snow is falling. It's like 15 degrees outside. How is anything going to pass through the air in those conditions? Yeah, exactly. It's too damn cold. So it's like the spore or whatever, the little thing with the little spiky things on it is going to pass through and go to you. It would need like to put a sweater on before it like crosses over. No, they'd be all belly up laying in the snow. Those little things. There'd be a bunch of them. Be like, oh, I'm dead. I'm totally like what do you call that? Where they're not activated, they're deactivated, and they're just laying there like waiting for a stupid dog to lick them up, like a retarded dog that licks its ass to go lick up the spores, and then go lick their owner on the face. Go, oh wait, now you got MONKEY MOUSE. Shit. No, wait a minute. It's from the other way around, because the other guy is doing stuff that has to do with a hammer with the hook on it. See, I'm speaking in code, and I'm not making this shit up. Oh yeah, Josie's in Delaware. That's where our little president lives. Yeah, isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? And then the Antichrist, where I'm at, literally lives a couple hours from where I live in Sacramento. So there's that. The future president of the Babylon, city of Babylon. And he'll probably wear purple and he'll try to act like Prince or whatever. And it's like, oh, I'm so neutral. Oh shit. And he's gonna be a gender neutral dragon or something. He'd be like, me and my wife are a couple gender neutral wife. Me and my partner are dragons and we're gender neutral. Ah, God, Josie. Oh, don't make me sick. You're not literally right down the road. It's not that close, is it? That's sick. I thought you lived a little further away. It's that close, huh? Where you can literally see the motorcade. It's that close. Somebody said where Biden lives in Delaware, they said the house looks literally abandoned. Like there's like nobody living there. Like the yard and all that's overgrown. It doesn't look like anyone's lived there for a while. Yeah. Doesn't that suck, Josie? 2 miles. Do you drive by there or you just whatever? Yeah, why the hell would you want to do that, right? Because then you might catch a glimpse of his stinking staff, his stinking housekeeper, and his freaking doorman or whoever the hell works there that cleans up his poop, cleans up his diarrhea stains. That's probably where he lives most of the time anyway. He's probably not even at the White House. He's probably just remotely working at the White House. Josie, I'll bet you get to watch the convoy of potatoes at work. Courtesy of the taxpayer. Yep. Yeah. And then there's Bernie Sanders from Vermont. Yeah, he was going to run for president, and then he decided he wasn't going to do that because he didn't want to get in the way of good old Biden. Because Bernie, he might actually help the poor. And they're like, dude, we don't want you helping the poor. We want the poor to live at Walmart. Okay, Bernie? Now step down. And Bernie's like, yeah, but I know I can raise a lot of money. And then we can smoke a lot of weed stuff, you know? You know, we could grow cannabis and trade with China and trade cannabis and make our own weed pipes out of blown glass. Come on, dude. Make a lot of bongs and stuff, you know? You know, with some plastics, shit. You know, we could make some really groovy gravy. Yeah, near is bad enough, isn't it, Josie? You can literally smell him in the neighborhood. Get it? He's in the neighborhood. There's your sign. Yeah, I don't even care. I don't care what anyone thinks. They go, oh, you got to be a gray man in order to make it in the society. It's like, it's too late. Everything you've done is already on record. It doesn't matter if you're a gray man or not. Does it? Doesn't even make any difference. I talk so much crap about Obama and stuff. It doesn't even matter. Look at Ted Nugent. He said Obama was a subhuman mongrel. And he's still standing. They didn't come and tackle him to the ground. And he's got 500 guns. You know what I mean? All over his walls. And then he's friends with Kid Rock. And him and Kid Rock went hunting together. And they killed I think it was a cougar or something. And a bunch of liberals gave him a lot of crap over it. Hunter knocked on my door looking for his Parmesan cheese, so I threw a bucket of water at him like a stray cat. Yeah. Unfortunately, stupid Hunter lives in Los Angeles, and he goes down his water slide. This is stupid. Yeah, he's not going to get charged with anything. Even if the bear country overtakes the unicorn country, Hunter, he isn't going to get in trouble for anything. Even though he was illegally running a company over there in the unicorn country, he's not going to get in trouble for extorting money and all that. What they call laundering or whatever, money laundering. My grandfather in a coma could do a better job than Potato. Yep. He could, huh? Because he could literally do executive orders, and then he would not sign certain orders. because they're retarded. Like Biden signed orders that were like this thick, big stack on his desk, and it was like the first day in office. He signed so many orders. Like, what in the hell? Did you actually read any of those orders? Did you actually read those, or are you just signing all this that thick on your desk? Holy crap! And they were like shoving him, like, just sign it, just sign them, just sign all these orders. And it's like, dude, you could literally be signing an order that says that white people could be thrown in prison for being white. And you're signing that, literally. You idiot. Fool. He could be signing an executive order generating revenue to get those things that, that do Henry VIII thing. I can't say it, but does the Henry VIII thing to get funding for that and get those lined up and maybe put them in the big parking lots of the Walmarts that are closing because people who are big time joggers know how to jog. I'm now inspired to cook some country potatoes tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, might as well start learning how to make home cooked meals because the conveniences are going to go away because they've already let in, what was it? They've let in all these migrants. They said El Paso, Texas literally is a state of emergency right now because they're overloaded with migrants. They're literally piled full of migrants. And they're all signing up for welfare and housing and stuff. Meanwhile, we're literally at an all-time high for homeless people. And yet migrants are coming in here and going on welfare. And they said only a small percentage of them are actually working people that actually will work. The rest are all going on welfare and benefits and stuff. And that's such bullshit. And it's like, it's just adding to my misery in my life personally and other people, of course, that are the working class, because it's taking work away from us because they'd rather hire them who work for shit wages and they don't speak any English. And they don't have to take the, the CURE in order to work. But all of us who are GOYIM, should I say, see, I have to spell it, have to do it. You know what I mean? It's all bullshit. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. And I'm never going to cooperate. So my days are numbered. I'm worse off than Daffy Duck. You know what I mean? And it's duck season, basically, and I'm the duck. And I'm going to avoid it for as long as I can, but eventually I'm going to get my beak blown backwards. Get it? So I can only avoid it for so long, and I'm not trying to be negative Nelly. Okay, sorry. I'm not. I really am not. So, see, I'm all unscripted here, so I'm not reading off a teleprompter at all. And see, I'm sitting in my apartment. It's cold, and I can't afford no heat. And we just sit in the cold, and we just wear our jackets and stuff. And we just sleep with like 2 blankets and all that. And we just deal with it. You wake up, it's cold. You go to bed, it's cold. And it's cold during the day. A lot of times it's cold. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? You just get so freaking used to it. Just wear a beanie and a big jacket and wear your snow boots inside the house if you have to. Your feet are cold, like from sitting there. Your feet get frostbite in them from just sitting there. I've done it. Been there, done that. Because I've lived in the snow. I know what that feels like. I've had frostbite. I remember when I was a kid, we were so poor that we went up to the shit mountains, and I kind of resent the mountains anyway, but I always end up back in the mountains. No matter how much I hate the mountains always come back and stalk me. So anyways, we went up to the mountains and we didn't have any snow boots. So my mom wrapped my shoes with a plastic bag, right? With a piece of, or with a rubber band on it. And I was walking around because I was a stupid kid. And I was walking around in the deep snow or whatever. And I thought I was protected or whatever. And then, my feet got wet because, obviously it's just a stupid bag. And my feet froze off. And I was like such a retard that my feet were frozen. I just literally like fell over in the snow. I was like acting like I was going to die because my feet were frozen off. They were like numb and blue. And then my mom had to like literally walk me back because I couldn't walk. I couldn't step on my feet because they were frozen. They felt like they were dead. Like they felt like a couple of blocks of ice. Like they felt like a peg leg stump. You know, when you got frostbite, you can't feel it. There's no feeling left. It's completely numb. It's like your arm falling asleep. You don't feel it because the nerves are dead. Anyways, my mom, she walked me back, or she had to carry me halfway, and I had to hop because I couldn't feel my feet. And she had me soak my feet in warm water or whatever. And I survived it, but I always resented that. I always resented that shit. It's like, okay, if I don't have to live in the mountains, I don't want to live there. So I don't want to. I'd rather live by the beach. I'd rather live on the beach and catch fish and deal with warm water, you know. But I'm not swimming in it because I don't want to get eaten by a shark, because I don't want someone to ship me out and turn me into fish food. But either way, you're fucked either way. Sorry about my language. Either way, you're going to be somebody's lunch. Yeah, Biden is a scumbag is the understatement of the year. Isn't it? It's like, yeah, that's putting it nicely. But you know who's going to save us is Trump with his superhero card. He's going to be a superhero. He's going to save the day when he tells the states, I'm going to leave it up to the states whether or not you have to take, you know, the right hand thing. You know what I'm talking about? So you can pay for your groceries because you worked all day and now you want to buy some food, but now you can't because you don't have the little problem in your hand. Yeah, the little set of numbers that tells you who you are. I don't need a set of numbers to tell me who I am. I know who I am. That's who I am. I don't need you to tell me who I am through a set of numbers. I'm me. And I can still homestead and forage and all that if I have to. And if I have to, I'll just go on a boat or something and I'll go to try to go to Russia or something. I don't know. And they go, oh, you can't get there because you have to go through they say you have to go through Alaska, and Alaska's you have to have, you know, the pokey pokes in order to go to Alaska. No, I just put on a big sombrero and go, hey, and then I just walk through, and they go, you fucker, hey, you can't tell. What the fuck you tell, man? My horrible ex-wife is from Wilmington, Delaware. She might be related to the big man. She is Irish. That might explain some things. Ew. And now I just puked. And she's the ugliest Irishman I ever saw. Man, get it? Not Irish woman, man. She's probably a man. Probably a man with ugly. Ugly. Sorry, we're getting weird now. See, that ruined my day. See, her ugly name must be brought up every day. Piggy poos. I hope she's watching this, so she'll wanna take the cure. Yeah, so we're gonna experience a cold snap, and whoever's on that side, as long as you're not a leftist, I pray for your safety. If you're not a leftist, I pray for your safety. But if you are a leftist, you're on your own. You suck. So better learn how to survive. You better learn how to be nice to a right winger, because if you don't, you're not gonna make it. Retard. So you better learn how to read a Bible, retard. Don't read a Cosmopolitan magazine. Better read the goddamn Bible. You better learn how to home can. Better learn how to do some shit, or you're not going to make it. You're going to be a blue-haired bag lunch for a coyote. That's what you're going to be if you don't wake up. I know that's crude, right? I'm a crude son bitch. See, all these headlines are insane. It's all to scare the crap out of you. See, and I'm not scared. Because I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just going to downsize everything I have. So when they come and they want to thump us in the brains or whatever, I can literally just leave with the clothes on my back or one backpack or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'll just steal a horse out of somebody's yard and I'll just ride off like freaking the guy who said the British are coming. Instead, I'll say the Chinese are coming. I'm out of here, dude. I'm out of this crap, you know? I'm totally done. I am completely done. Aren't you? I'm out. So the demons win, right? They want to hear you say that. They want to hear you say, I'm out. They're like, good. Hell out, dude. More room for me to make it smell like BO and cheese because I don't shower for like 10 years. Yeah, there you go. Faggot. Oops, sorry about my language. Jesus said that's okay because it's okay to say that. Because I invented that word. And you got to use the necessary words to get your point across. Because when you're dealing with shit like this, it's hard not to cuss. Isn't it? It's hard not to find cuss words. See, I'm not saying it, but look at all this crap. They wasted hell of room on my phone to show me that. They're like, just keep looking at it. Just keep looking at it. Read it so you can never forget that you are pure blood. These are written for pure blood people to make them feel like crap. What's this? WFO San Joaquin Valley warnings, watches, and advisory for Monday, December 19th. What's the warning for? Oh, it's a freeze warning. Okay. Urgent weather message, National Weather Service, Hanford, California, 5 p.m. PST for today. Freeze warning remains in effect until 7 a.m. PST Monday. Dense fog advisory in effect from 10 p.m. this evening to 11 a.m. PST Monday. Okay. What? For the freeze warning, sub-freezing temperature as low as 31 for the dense fog advisory. Visibility 1/4 mile less in dense fog. Where? Los Banos, Dos Palos, Merced, Madera, Mendota, West, side of Fresno, and Kings counties, Caruthers, San Joaquin, Selma, Buttonwillow, Lost Hills, Delano, Wasco, Schaffner, and Hanford, Corcoran, Lemoore, wind for the freeze warning until 7 a.m. PST Monday. For the dense fog advisory from 10 p.m. this evening, 11 a.m. Monday. Okay, so this is Monday. Impacts. Frost and freeze conditions will kill crops, other sensitive vegetation, and possibly damage unprotected outdoor plumbing. Hazardous driving conditions due to low visibility. Precautionary preparedness actions. Take steps now to protect tender plants from the cold. To prevent freezing and possible bursting of outdoor water pipes, they should be wrapped, drained, and allowed to drip slowly. Those that have in-ground sprinkler systems should drain them and cover above. Don't leave me hanging here. Above. If driving, slow down, use your headlights, and leave plenty of distance ahead of you. What? For the freeze warning, sub-freezing temperatures 28 to 32 degrees expected outside of major urban areas. For the dense fog advisory, visibilities are rising and dense fog is no longer expected this morning. The dense fog advisory has been canceled. Where? Most of the San Joaquin Valley. When? Until 7 a.m. PST Monday. Plumbing. What a way to end it, huh? By saying plumbing. Oh, God, please, it's stupid. They always have to fit in, you know what? The thing at the number 19, they always have to fit in some kind of article. When we're talking about dense fog, and then they bring in this right in the middle of the fog. It's like, please, would you stop with that? Problem Holiday Guide. Connecticut. I think that means Connecticut. It's a symbol for Connecticut. Connecticut experts weigh in on diapers, family gatherings, and more. See, I'm coding. See, I'm good at code. We use code names. Right? Mm-hmm. Problem Holiday Guide. Connecticut gatherings and more. Don't mess up my article, you stinking phone. You suck. No, I don't want to subscribe to News Times. No. Like, please subscribe. Like, I don't want to. Oh, you jerks. They won't let you read the article unless you subscribe. Oh, look, this is important. Now, everybody needs to worry about this. Menorah lightings around Connecticut for Hanukkah 2022. That's important. That's an important thing, isn't it? That's extremely important. We
Well,
need.
just whatever. Respect the other cultures, but
No one respects mine.
no, they don't. Not anymore.
Yeah. That's important.
Is she being a good girl?
I didn't cuss. Not much. Hey, what do you expect? I'm missing half my teeth.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the people that hate my guts would love to hear that. But I got enough teeth to finish you if I had to.
I need my glasses. I can't see anything.
Can't see nothing. And I'm sure one of my enemies is
It's
watching.
frozen out there right now.
Yeah, they were warning people to cover their pipes up. But I'm sure it's worse where you guys are from, probably. It's probably the cold is a lot worse. California doesn't get that cold. Hello, good people. Hello, devil dog. Menorah lightings around Connecticut for Hanukkah 2022. Hanukkah begins December 18th this year. Celebrate the Festival of Lights with menorah lighting ceremonies around the state. Yeah. Okay. I don't see how people could hate you. Well, I don't know. To each his own. My mom hates me, but whatever. My mom hates me because she can't date vodka anymore. That's why she hates me. Yeah, no, her doctor told her not to. Because she had the beginning stages of cirrhosis. So she can't really go back to it because she could die. Plus, she's got asthma and arthritis and all that, so she's not really good shape. So, and I think she sowed her royal oats when she was younger, so she's kind of done with the whole boozing it up stuff. I just got tired. I used to drink a lot, and then I got tired of it. It's like it's not changing anything. You know what I mean? I don't feel better. It doesn't change anything, does it? You wake up and everything still sucks. Yeah, I don't want to read News Times. Even to read their articles, you have to 25 degrees in southern Michigan. Oh, that sucks. That's cold, huh? Isn't that where Kid Rock lives? I think he's in northern Michigan, or he's from Michigan. Yeah. But I'm not going to be a hypocrite either. If other people want to drink or whatever, that's your deal. I don't care. But for me, with my medical stuff, I just don't care. I don't want to push my luck. Sorry about this. I'm trying to see if there's anything new going on because my phone keeps breaking. Oh, it says bulletin from Todd Starnes. This is from 4 hours ago. Dozens injured on Hawaiian Airlines flight. Story link below in comments. Why the hell are people getting injured on? Yeah, you can't even go to Hawaii without, the cure. You can't even fly to Hawaii without the cure. And then there's those volcanoes that are still erupting there. It's just craziness. Total craziness. I'll never go to Hawaii. Ever. They burned me on that. And you can't leave the country without all these SHOTS, It's really sad. Because they want us all to Georgia Guidestones. See, I got to be careful. I got to be real careful because they're just aching to get rid of me. Because I already have one strike on my channel. So, and it's not going away until March. So if I get another one for any reason, that's 2 strikes. And then that one, the second one, won't go away till after probably March. It probably won't go away till probably June. Because now they're allowing these strikes to last like 3 to 4 months instead of like a couple of weeks or whatever. Now they're extending them for months. So it takes longer for it to fall off. So, and it hella sucks because then you have to start all over with another channel and then no one knows who you are there. And then it all sucks. And they do it on purpose. It's all done purposely. Big time. And you know me, I mean, I do like reading and stuff, but it doesn't get the traction that it would normally get if I did a video just talking crap. You know what I mean? No one wants to listen to someone just reading. You know what I mean? I mean, it's okay, but people aren't going to want to go out of their way to watch it. I'm a pureblood and I fly between USA and Panama. How do you do that? Do you have an exemption? You probably have a medical exemption, huh? And they leave you alone. Everything they do it for you, right? No, they don't. Everything they do is to scatter us from fellowship. Yep. That's why they're did you hear they said in Fresno, we watched it before our power went out, in Fresno, California, at a church, there was at a Lutheran church, there was a DRAGQUEEN party in the church, and there was little kids there, and there was people there, PROUD people, BOYS, that were there to protest it, and then of course there's the Rainbow Bright people there that were there to counter protest, and it's like it was the first church to allow that, and it's going to spread everywhere. See what they're doing, and then they're going to pressure other churches to allow that kind of crap, or they'll lose their tax exempt status. And they already hired how many agents to do the yearly thing? Can't say it starts with an I. So they're going to start cracking down really bad, and they're going to look at your voting. They're going to look at your voting status and all that, and they're going to judge everybody based on that. It's probably why I'm not getting car insurance right now, too. Could be. I'm just guessing why I keep being fucked with. Because they say the more blessed you are, the more you get fucked with, and the more your life is fucked and screwed with, the more blessed you are. Because these demons will literally flock to you and mess with you a lot. Because they know you're protected by God, so they screw with you tons. So, and all I've ever had is trouble since I've come to this area, is people fucking with me. Like, we used to have a crazy neighbor lady. You've seen the clips on my YouTube if you've been watching long enough, of her yelling and screaming, and then she stuck her head in our window and stuff. And I don't ever want to go back there because she hates my guts. So I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around her. I just want to get away from her forever. I don't even want to know why she hates me. I just want away from her. She's possessed by a demon. It's really weird. It's crazy. It's like, if you're a Christian, why are you terrorizing people if you're a Christian? It doesn't make any sense. Panama respects their constitution. You know what? You might be better off in Indonesia, because Indonesia, it's actually against the law to be GAY. I think I think they just made it a law. You can't be that way, and you can't live in sin in Indonesia either. I think they just made that a law too. It's just been put on the books. It's crazy. They can do whatever they want. There is no American society anymore. The culture is gone. It is. It's all anarchy. Our country is literally being destroyed from within. And then we have outsiders coming in to take what's left of our resources. Oh, R2 Luck, you have property in Panama. Oh. So are you planning on moving there permanently? I mean, if you did, I wouldn't blame you. If you said they respect people's rights there and they don't infringe or whatever and mess with you, I would definitely relocate if you have the means to do it. You just know you can't return once you leave America, probably. It's going to be very difficult to come back, especially if you're pureblood. They'll probably make it very difficult to come back here and visit. You know what I mean? They'll say, once you're gone, dude. You know what I mean? They'll just basically wash their hands of you, kind of like being decommunicated. They're like, you're no longer an American because you don't have the cure or something. Like, you can't be here. You can't be part of this country. Even if you are an American and you have two different, we call green cards or whatever, they won't let you back. Screw them. I might end up going to the BEAR country if it all goes to hell. It's like, I'd rather be on their end of it instead of this end of it. You know what I mean? Just have to learn a different language and culture or whatever. Just used to, people that bears, they're born in snowbanks and stuff. So they're used to being cold. They're used to, communism and all that. And now they're starting to change over. So they're actually improving, and we're actually degenerating as the days go by. We're degenerating. Wow. Lucky you, huh? But you don't want to go to Switzerland, huh? Because there are probably soy over there. It's too bad. Just a lot of people are weak. Look at the poor Germans and all that. They've literally sold out. They're no longer Germans anymore, really. They're being infiltrated. It's pretty sad. So, Deaf Bread, I was going to go back to your comment a few lines up here. It says, I got a hate speech strike. Had to click got it in order to keep using YouTube. Didn't even tell me what comment it was. So, okay. And your strike lasts how long? What, 3 months? But you had to click got it for them to continue, so you can continue using YouTube. But you had to acknowledge that whatever you said was hate speech, right? And if you didn't click got it, then you wouldn't be able to use YouTube. That sucks. You know what the shitty thing is people said even Trump's True Social, even they're censoring people on there. So that's not 100% free speech either. And speaking of free speech, they even said that Elon Musk is planning on, or he's joking around. I don't know if he's joking around, but he's talking about stepping down as CEO of Twitter or whatever. It's like, what the hell? Why did you buy it for? Oh, it's not a strike. So they couldn't technically give you a strike. It's just a thought police, huh? It's not a strike. I don't know. I can do things, but still they wanted to tarnish my account. Yes, I had to click got it. Yeah, so they just wanted you to know that you're spreading hate, but it's not worthy of a strike. YouTube is nothing but a ghetto, huh? No one is streaming around the world. Yeah, you don't see people from China streaming because they can't, because their laws. They can't speak out against their country in China. We already know that. That's why you don't see a lot of Chinese people streaming from their country, because they can't. Because if they are, they get in trouble and then they can't do certain things because they did. I've already seen the clips of what they do to people that have. Oh, they said if I keep doing whatever it is, I will lose my channel. So stupid. I know people are like, go to Rumble and all that. Go to this, go to do that. It's like, yeah, but you have to have a ton of subscribers in order to do that. You have to have like 1,000 subscribers or whatever. I don't know what the protocol is, but you have to have a lot of subscribers. And you have to be doing well on YouTube to begin with and tell people to come over here. Come on over here. Come to Rumble, everybody. If you'll come to Rumble, then I can live stream on Rumble. If everyone subscribes to Rumble right away to me, then I can live stream. It's like, I can't do that because I don't have enough subscribers on here to say go over here. So it's never going to happen. So I'm probably going to go down in flames like Jesse James. Eventually I won't be able to do anything. Oh, yeah, that must be nice, huh? Rumble, 100 subs to do live stream. Yeah, I couldn't remember how many it was, but you got to have a lot of subs. And if you don't have a lot of support on YouTube to get people to come over, then it's going to be really hard for you to be able to live stream on Rumble. It's going to be almost impossible. So, yeah, if you don't have a lot of traction on here, it's going to be hard to get people to go over there. So, plus people are lazy. They don't want to go anywhere but YouTube for videos or whatever. They'd rather just go to YouTube. It's a lot easier. It's easier to use, maneuver. All right, there's more variety. You know what I mean? Than Rumble and all that, because Rumble and all that's all nothing but doom and gloom. But you know what? I'd rather live in reality than live in a bubble. Because eventually the big bad wolf is going to blow your house down, and you're stupid if you live in a straw house. I'd rather live in the brick house because I knew ahead of time the wolf was coming. Instead of living in La La Land, living in a straw house like an idiot and smoking a bunch of weed and not paying attention to what's going on. Sorry, I'm not trying to knock people that smoke weed, but some of the people that aren't paying attention, all they care about is that. I'm not trying, and don't, if you do smoke weed, I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm just saying there's some people that are stupid that smoke a lot of weed. Okay? People that put a lot of emphasis on it. My friend and his wife are set on moving to Costa Rica. I want him to take me and my fam with them. Just gotta learn Spanish. USA is swirling down the toilet. I am black-pilled. Yeah. You gotta have money, though. You can't just go with lint in your pockets. The weed culture is demonic and ridiculous. See, Deaf Bread? See, at least you get it. Because it's like, I understand if people want to use it for use it for medicine or whatever to get rid of pain or something or inflammation or whatever it is they're suffering with. And they just take the oil or whatever because they just want the benefits. I understand that. That's fine. But to use it just to be chinky all the time, I just don't understand it. I don't understand. Okay. The sign up, this process is too much of a hassle. It's right, huh? And when you sign up and go to login, they still accuse you of not being who you are and say prove it by phone message, etc. Oh, there's too much verification process for Rumble, right? That's crazy, huh? Yeah, they make everything super hard. And then YouTube's like, I knew you'd come back to me because I'm the easiest one. That's why you keep coming back. It's like an abusive relationship. You keep going back to it because it's easier to go back to the what you're familiar with, that the abuse. Then you go to something new and try to have to work at it. So people just go back to their abuser, which is YouTube. I hate talking crap. So I'm never gonna be monetized anyway, so I'm not worried about offending YouTube. I'm going to get a card soon for pain and arthritis stuff. Yeah, it helps me work better, but getting chinky-eyed all the time, too much is abusing it for sure. Yeah, if you're using it to get rid of and you can't use your joints or whatever, or you have a lot of pain, then it's fine. But if you're using it just for the sake of using it, then I don't get it. If you don't have problems and you're just using it because you just like to be chinky, then I don't get it. I don't honestly get it. Because I lived with someone for 11 years that would smoke it just to get high. And then I remember I had a really bad kidney stone attack. And he hesitated to drive me to the hospital to get diagnosed or whatever. And I didn't know what was wrong at first. All I know is I had some really bad pain in my back. And it was really bad. And I was like puking and stuff. And I didn't know what was happening. And it was severe pain. It was like on a scale of 1 to 10, it was 10. It was the worst pain I ever felt in my life. And he didn't believe me at first that I was sick or whatever. And then I was like laying on the floor and all that. And then he finally drove me to the hospital and dropped me off and left me there by myself. And then I had to wait for like 4 hours to see a doctor in the ER, right, to even be seen. And anyways, yeah, it was kidney stones. It was really bad. I don't know if you ever had them, but they're like one of the worst pains you'll ever have in your entire life. You wish you were dead when you're experiencing that. Feels like you're getting stabbed by a knife. So, anyways, yeah, he dumped me off there, and then I was there for 4 hours in the ER, and I was like puking and stuff. I went in the bathroom, I was puking, and then some lady's all, tell him to give you something for your pain. And no one would do anything, of course. They just ignored me or whatever, and I was sick and all that. And I was just laying on the dirty floor of the emergency room. And it was Washington Hospital in Fremont. And I was just laying on the dirty floor or whatever, and I was just waiting because I was just waiting forever. Oh, your mom got a kidney transplant? Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? Having to have all these problems. Hella sucks. Yeah, I don't have anything that serious. It's just annoying. Yeah, so anyways, I finally got seen by a doctor, and they let me sit in a wheelchair or whatever. They let me sit down in a chair with wheels so I could relax, right? kind of, but I was still in a lot of pain. And they had me go through an MRI or whatever, and they checked, see what it was. And they saw I had kidney stones. And at the time, they didn't know what to do, I guess, because this was back in, I think it was 2002, I think, when I had the attack. And they didn't know what to do for me back then. So they just gave me some Vicodin and stuff. I think they gave me Vicodin and some other pain med to take the edge off of it. And they told me to drink a lot of water or whatever to try to flush it out. And that was it. That's all they had to help me with. And they wrote me a prescription for these 2 pain meds to deal with the pain or whatever. And I remember I went with, he was my boyfriend at the time, idiot. We went to the pharmacy to go pick it up, right? To go pick up the meds. And he goes, here, just give me the prescription and I'll drop it off and then I'll pick it up for you because they'll probably allow me to do it. So I was in so much pain. I was like puking and stuff. I was just sticking my head out the window and puking because I was still hella sick. And I go, I don't care. Just give me the freaking meds, right? You know, my goddamn pain meds. Because I'm going to throw up all over the floor of the pharmacy. It's like, just go in there and just drop off the damn prescription, then pay for the stinking meds or whatever. And he goes, okay, he's all fine. And he goes, but you got to let me have some of them. You got to let me have some of your pain meds. And I go, what? He goes, well, the deal is if I pay for the pain meds, you got to let me have some because some of that stuff I need. And I didn't even say anything. And he just, whatever. And then we waited out in the parking lot. And then he got a message or whatever that the pills were ready. And then he picked them up. And then there was like 2 bottles or whatever. And it was my pain meds. And I go, no, you're not. I said, I'm in so much pain. I said, you better not take my pain meds. I'm in so much pain. And he didn't because I yelled at him and I had to hide him from him. I had to hide him out. Like I would sleep with him under my pillow so he wouldn't take my pills, my pain meds. And anyways, I was in so much pain and I was a piece of crap for like 3 months. I was in so much pain. And he ended up dropping me off at my sister's house about 2 hours away. And I just laid on their floor for like a week. I just laid there like a piece of shit. And I was like throwing up and shit. And I just had a bucket. And it finally did go away. It finally stopped. The pain finally stopped after 3 months. I was like, okay after that. And then I recently had a kidney stone attack about a year and a half ago. So, yay. Ove. So I'm glad I don't have to have a kidney transplant. But kidney stone attacks is like one of the worst pains you'll ever feel. I wouldn't even wish it on my worst enemy. So it's probably worse for men because they have to pee it out of the little hole. So it's probably a lot more painful than it is for girls to pee it out, those rocks. For men, it's probably excruciating. So, yeah, good quality CBD oil works for arthritis. Depends on purity. Yeah. Yeah, the oil is a lot better than smoking that stinky stank stuff that stinks. The weed. We got pure Rick Simpson oil from Canada, and my dad did well, and brain tumor didn't grow back. But soon as we were forced to get the black tar from dispensaries in USA, it eventually came back. Oh, it's terrible. Stinking regulators, right? They have to take away stuff that works. Because they know if you get well, they're going to take it away. They're like, oh, you're getting well. We don't want you to have that. We don't want you getting better. We want you taking our meds. Oh, back pain, white willow, Salix alba, willow bark tea. Oh, that helps with back pain, huh? Yeah, it's always a gamble with CBD. See, I'm not allergic to that stuff, so the oil. So I don't have problems with being allergic to certain things. Like when I used to go to a doctor, they go, "You allergic to anything?" I'm like, "No. I'm perfect in every way, and I have O positive blood." So that's your sign, right? It's like everyone right now is just waiting to be told that they're turning all the money digital, right? And people like, don't think for a second they're not going to turn the money digital because they are. And then you're going to have to go like this with your right hand. And you're going to have to show that you got, what's with your right hand. And it's like, then I guess I'm not showing anything because I don't have it. So I guess I'm going to be living in the dirt or something. I don't know, or in the concrete or whatever it is that I get, get eaten by a coyote or a freaking black bear or something. I don't know. Gives a shit. Stupid jerks. Well, at least I know where I stand with God. It also reduces fevers, huh? Yeah, it does. It's probably better than Tylenol and all that, if you can get it. Get this. Dad had high blood pressure his whole life and on pills, but night before brain tumor surgery, I got him to smoke a bong of homegrown. Oh, goodness. And when he went to doc next day, his blood pressure was normal like high school, and he stopped taking the pills. Doc's baffled. We didn't tell them. Oh, wow. Well, that's what I said. I'm not gonna judge. If someone's in a lot of pain or medical problems, then I'd say, that's your deal. It's not my place to say if you can or can't do something, your own health. It's not my, see, and I'm not giving out medical advice either. So I just want to tell that to the people that have scaly skin, that I'm not giving out medical advice. All right. And I didn't get that from David Icke or whatever his name is. That's my own stuff. Are you guys watching 10 TV? She's live streaming right now. I guess she's live streaming with, who the hell is she live streaming with? She usually live streams with the same people every night. Not almost every night. She's usually has the same people. Come on, because I think she has problems with trust, I guess, with certain people, because some people are trolls and they'll try to ruin her channel. So she only lets certain people on her live stream because there's so many evil trolls. And plus she's got a lot of subscribers, so the trolls are going to come in and try to screw up your channel. Just like, Deaf Bread, they're going to do everything and anything to mess up your channel and silence you where you can't talk to people that you like because they've completely killed your channel. Because if my channel gets killed off, I won't have anyone to talk to. I mean, I can talk to Nick, of course, obviously, no shit, but there won't be anyone else. Everybody around here is just all gone. Their brains are just somewhere else. So that's why I'm trying to be careful on this stupid thing, because I don't want to get banned for life. I don't want to be treated like Alex Jones and never be able to live stream again on mainstream channels or whatever. Because, I don't know, just even the people that I share a genetic code with, we call it a genetic bond with, they're all buying into this shit. And you can't really talk to them because they believe this crap. You know what I mean? For the most part, even though they try to pretend like, I considered voting for Donald Trump a long time ago, but whatever, I made a mistake, but now I'm a Trump person. It's like, give me a break. I'm past Trump, it's now something else, and it's not Ron DeSantis, and it's not any of that shit. It's now the only one I vote for is God. That's who I vote for. So I'm not going to bother registering to vote. So go ahead and send me voter registration and stuff, and I'm not going to register. So anyways, I've been on here, I don't know how long, almost 2 hours. And I just talked about little weird stuff, right? And I'm not scripted except for a few things that I read off of forecast, and I just weighed in on that. So, but thank you guys for coming in, and Deaf Bread, hopefully they don't mess up your channel, and you're not doing hate speech. They just say you are because they're stupid. And I'm saying they because I don't know who they is. It could be a robot, it could be a person. I don't know. I don't know who these creeps are that are determining what's hate speech. But apparently they're not Christ believers because they don't know what hate is. Telling the truth isn't called hate. It's just being truthful to people. And some people that don't want to hear the truth say you're being hateful, and that's evil. So, because I'm telling you the truth because you just want to be a victim, right? So I called you out on being a victim and being a stupid idiot. And now you're saying I'm being hateful. No, because I don't want to feel sorry for you based on what you look like or whatever. They're conditioning us for the ban of true people, Christians who won't take the you-know-whats. Yep. And I never will. Never have, never will. And I don't care what they say. Well, thank you for coming in, Deaf Bread, and and also Devil Dog and Spillway and also Josie. I don't know if he's still here. He might have went elsewhere. But he always comes on and he always weighs in. And unfortunately, he has to live near our president. So I get to live near Gavin Newsom, if that makes you feel better, Josie. The future president of Babylon, which we're becoming slowly but surely. The slime is oozing all over the country. The slime of evil. You know, the big river of slime, kind of like in the movie Ghostbusters too, where there was a river of slime under New York, and it was full of pure evil and hatred and debauchery and end of times crap. And it was making the dead rise, and they were like zombies and stuff. That's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. There's so much evil under our feet, and it's coming from Euphrates, and it's coming from hell. And it's coming here to take us away and turn us into demons like them, but I'm not going to buy into it. So if I'm going to die, I'm going to die of pure blood. So, and I'm probably not going to be around much longer, as well as a lot of other people that are Christians. We're going to be chased up into the mountains and probably eliminated, I guess, eventually. So, and I hate to be negative Nelly, but it's the reality. You can't really change it. Because look how things are going. People are allowing evil to flourish. Look at our sheriff's departments. Look at our police departments. Look at this crap. I mean, for God's sake, I coughed next to somebody, and the dude was ready to shoot me and my boyfriend over a cough. This is where we're at. And this is a small town I live in, and they were ready to draw and shoot over a joke, and I was just kidding. I was just making fun of the guy being scared, and it was just a joke, and I wasn't being mean. I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just making fun of him. So that's all it is, because I was kind of tired of this shit. I was tired of the insanity, and I poked fun at him, and he didn't like that, and he was such a coward that he called the police on me. He didn't just brush it off. He literally was so upset that he called the police, and we could have, my boyfriend could have got shot over that, over me doing that. And he almost got shot before that, because they were towing his truck away that was it was on private property, and they already they were putting it on the truck or on the back of the flatbed or whatever to steal his truck. And anyways, I was telling the cop, I said, "You're breaking the law." I said, "It's on private property. You can't take his truck." And he called the cops. I guess the meter maid called the cop, and the cop came, and the cop had his hand on his sidearm. And he's like, he has a right to tow this car out because it has expired registration. I go, granted, yes, it does, but it's on private property. You can't tow this car away on private property, even if it does have expired registration. And anyways, they ended up having to return the car because they fucked up. It was on private property, and they let us drive the car back, but they broke his freaking e-brake. They broke the cord on it because they drug it. They drug his truck because he couldn't get the stinking door open because some retard picked the lock and broke the damn lock because they stuck a screwdriver and he couldn't get the door open in time to get them to stop pulling his truck, because they kept pulling it up onto the lift, and they broke the e-brake, and they wouldn't give him a chance to unlock it. And as the cop was drawing his gun almost on him. And I kept yelling at the cop too. And he kept touching his sidearm. And then I was like, "Why don't you come get my car too? You can get a 2-for-1 sale." And the cop goes, "Is it registered?" I go, "Why don't you go over there and go look? Why don't you go look, see if it's registered, so you can get 2 cars for 1. Freaking creep, jerk. Should be proud of yourself."
Hey,
sorry.
Yourself.
No, I don't like this crap. I'm sick and tired of this shit.
Scoot over.
I went to jail for 6 months last year for what I thought was a joke too. See? He almost got shot because I coughed on some homosexual. The guy was a homosexual.
Whatever.
He had an N95.
You don't know that.
Hey, anyone with an N95 on is a homosexual.
You don't know that. That's stupid.
I don't care. They're stupid. He called the cops on me.
He's a brainwashed idiot.
Yeah, he's a freaking troll. And I hope he ended up getting sick too. For his fear. Oh, that's terrible. And it's not medical advice either, because he hoped I was going to get arrested and get shot by the police. So, touche. Retard. Moron. I bet I bet his wife slept with somebody who was you know what? Without a diaper. I bet she slept with an undiapered person. Doesn't wear a diaper.
It's not in California. They're bringing it back. So for us here in the West, we have to get used to it.
Get used to what?
The stupid mask.
Don't say that word.
Oh, sorry.
Fuck. I'd rather have you say fuck.
Okay.
Don't say that, or I'd rather look at this fag.
I don't know how to speak in code.
Look at this fag.
Would you stop saying that? Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sean Penn.
Just call him a douchebag.
He's a retard. He literally said people that aren't, you know what, cured are going to DIE. He literally said that. Because he's an idiot. Him and his wife that probably has a wiener. No, wait. His wife is named Anthony Wiener. Oh, him and Zelensky are probably engaged.
Ugh.
Ew. No, I'm just being mean right now. I'm sorry.
You're always mean.
No, but when I'm cornered, I turn mean. Sorry. You know, a cat doesn't retract its claws out unless you threaten it.
She's only nice when she sleeps.
Yeah. And when I sleep, I have nightmares. And I wake up and I'm still here. I'm still living it. And I hear, come on, man. Middle of the night when you're watching YouTube and I hear, come on, man. I'm like, what the hell you? Oh, God, it's that bald head dude that smells hair. He looks like the dude from Poltergeist. He looks like Kane.
Or that dude from, what is that?
Poltergeist?
Donald Sutherland with that movie.
Oh, he doesn't look like that.
What is it, Night of the Living Dead or something?
No, I'm talking about Poltergeist.
Oh. Okay.
He looks like Kane. Bring me the angel.
Oh.
Are you lost? Are you scared, honey? Do you need me to sniff your hair? Do you need me to take you to the south? No. There's a whole graveyard in your backyard.
I need to shave.
And they're all my followers. They're called Biden supporters.
I'm getting scruffy.
Yeah, we're all scruffy. We're all going to be worm meat soon. Oh, I hate saying that because I love cemeteries. But I don't want to be in one.
Why do you love cemeteries?
I don't know.
I mean, you're morbid. You know what? If she braided her hair, she'd look like Wednesday from the Addams Family.
If I look like Wednesday, there'd be a lot of people not around.
Ugh, God.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry. But I'm just telling the truth. I was right about the bear country, too.
You're so morbid.
I don't care.
You're like a non-emo's emo. Whatever that means. I don't even know.
I'm not an emo. I never was. I was an emo that if I was ever an emo, I'm a generic one. Because I don't even have the patent. So, anyways, I hope you guys aren't too bored. I don't want to say the DEATH because that's such a curse, right? But we're all going to be seeing Jesus soon, aren't we? We're all going to be reunited with Jesus.
Some point,
yes.
at some point,
yes.
maybe.
We're all going to be reunited with Jesus. Actually, I want to get the hell out of here. Like, there was a dog that got run over earlier on this one guy's channel, and I go, damn it, I wish I was Brownie.
Well, would you stop?
Stop it.
Come on.
No, Brownie was getting chased by a
bumming me
bear,
out.
and he got run over by a car. Damn it.
Well, now I'm not going to spoon with you tonight because you're too negative for me.
No, I want to get run over like a stinky, mangy dog.
Yeah, well.
And then go, lights out. Right before that, I was sniffing my stinky butt.
Your butt don't stink.
No, I'm talking about
That
dogs.
smells like roses.
Talking about dogs.
Hmm.
Through much tribulation, enter the kingdom of God. I don't want the tribulation. I'm tired of the pain, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know what? They say the harder you suffer, the more blessed you are from God.
You know how many times I've
true.
said that to you? You go, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
No, you say it every time.
Maybe we are taking up our cross. Who knows?
Yeah. Where's the cross?
It's proverbial, It's not.
Sorry I'm being so negative. I'm not trying to be, but my life has been turned upside down as well as yours. And it's hard not to be upset, really angry and negative and want to lash out at something.
Acts 14:22 confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them. I can't.
To continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
It's Act 14:22.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I just said.
Yeah.
Just not verbatim.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have the Bible in front of me, so I don't want to quote directly without the Bible.
But yeah, it all makes sense.
Yeah. And I was saying earlier, you notice the movie Emily Rose, is it called Emily Rose? The girl got possessed by a demon or something, and he said he's Legion or whatever.
It's the exorcism of Emily Rose. Right?
Yeah.
It's actually a true story.
Anyways, I've heard
I read the book.
No, I've heard that there's people that have been possessed by demons. Have you noted the fact that they're all Catholic? The majority of them that have been possessed are Catholic.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's something to that.
Yeah, why are they Catholic?
Maybe it's because those are the most hated by Satan.
I don't know, but a lot of people brought that up. It's like, why are they Catholic?
Because they're the most hated by Satan.
So Catholic
the other people are just floundering around, maybe. I don't know. I grew up Catholic, but I'm not a practicing Catholic. I'm an apostate Catholic.
Yeah.
I don't go to church.
Yeah.
I'm a Christian, but I don't go to church.
Yeah. And the most evil leaders we have are Catholic. The Pope, Biden, Pelosi, Gavin Newsom. Who else is a Catholic? That's evil as hell. Isn't there a bunch of them that are Catholic that are evil as hell?
Matthew reiterates Matthew 7:12 reiterates the golden rule. So
maybe Catholic.
That's actually my favorite book in the Bible is Matthew. So.
Well, yeah, because he reveals everything in Matthew.
My middle name's Matthew. So
my middle name's shit.
No, it's not.
My middle name's Mud.
I don't know. Catholics are in peril right now. I mean, they're in dire straits as far as I'm concerned with that Pope. Ugh.
No, he said, build bridges, not walls. Well, guess what? The bridges we built are literally flooding our country full of people that hate us.
Well, I don't think that has anything to do with it. That's different. That's political. That's to get cheap labor in here and to delegitimize the middle class.
Yeah.
And screw everybody else that works hard that we've known for years over. They're trying to screw us over.
Yeah.
All these corporations, they just want cheap labor. They want somebody to work for half the rate. This is why unions were formed. Mm-hmm. To protect the worker. Mm-hmm. But when you flood in, third world people and all this other stuff, they'll do the work for half the price.
Yeah.
And all the big wigs, they want the money. So they're gonna skedaddle us out of here and take in the new people. So that's what they're gonna do.
Yep.
And we're living in it right now, and it sucks. And there's really nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, hella sucks.
Yeah, listen to it.
Well, you trying to read the bottom here?
Yeah, my glasses. I have my cheaters on.
I think you should look into that. So I did, and listen to the Bible audio and Jesus' story, and related to it so much. I found myself again and the truth of since I was a child. And apparently, Deaf Bread said he's a mechanic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said there was a cop that was fucking with him because he was working after hours on his car.
Yeah, I had my own shop for 7 years and had 10 employees. I worked at I was a GM. I worked at GM for a couple years. Pontiac, Buick, GMC, Cadillac. That was a few years back. And then the economy took a shit, and then I don't know, they sold the shop and they turned it into a freaking warehouse.
Yeah.
So I was out of work and I went to being a handyman. So
yeah, now you're just gonna get rid of all your tools.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I had to get rid of all my Snap-on tools, my Mac tools.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Man, I had the best stuff and I had to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's just nowhere to put it either.
Pennies in the dollar. Well, I wouldn't say pennies in the dollar, but I got like half price for everything I spent thousands and tens of thousands of dollars on. Yeah, well, you know what? It's a new leaf to turn over, I guess.
Yep. And then you said you tried to get a job at that that new, what was it?
Yeah, overcome the world. Just, live in the world. Just don't be of it.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do. And it's hard. Every day I wake up, it's hard. I struggle every day.
To not be of the world.
Sometimes, like I was telling Tammy, I was having nightmares last night. And it just came out of my mouth. I said, I'd almost just waking up and being in the real world. I almost said, I'd rather wake up. I'd rather stay in my nightmare.
Huh.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's always light at the end of the tunnel. There is. And you have to have hope. You have to have faith.
I know, but the city of Babylon's going to be built no matter what.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not. Whether we want the city of Babylon, it's going to be built because there's so many people that are cutting off their winkies that it's going to happen.
Well, here's my advice to everybody and all the kids out there and all the parents out there that allow their kids to do this. Don't buy into this transgender bullshit.
Oh, look at it. He says he's been harassed by the police, deaf bread. Yeah. He has a history of police messing with him, so he understands about the harassment.
Yeah, me too. I mean, probably not as much as you, but I've been harassed, and I feel like I think Tammy might have said that I've been drawn on for her coughing.
Yeah, and then you got drawn on because they were towing away your truck.
They came 3 deep, and I made them walk away with their tails between their legs.
Oh, we're in the middle of it. You know what? It's like bullshit. It says I worked Toyota dealerships, got beat up by the cops and tasered multiple times and punched in the forehead, splayed out on the ground with my arms outstretched like I was on the cross.
Wow.
So you got some rogue cops. What were they trying to get you on?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's private.
Yeah, I know. It's none of my business. But that was pretty rough, I'd say. Punching in the forehead? What a dick.
Yeah.
You should have sued the police department for that, for brutality.
Yeah.
Cop straddled me, then took taser and held it to the temple of my head, and I almost died. He tasered your head?
Jeez.
What the heck? That'll kill you.
I've never been tased before. I definitely don't want to be. I'll tell you that.
No way.
That would suck.
I mean, I did piss them off, but they went to that point. Because I'm a girl, so I can be kind of a jerk.
Check out the Pope's Army of the Jesuits. The Jesuit oath will show you a lot about them.
In the 1308 Trust.
Well, you know what? I made the mistake back in the old days of getting a Jesuit tattoo on my arm. I don't know if you can see it. Wait, here we go. Wait, hold on.
Plus your fat ex-wife's name on your arm too, which you'll never get rid of.
See, you can see that. See that Jesuit tattoo? Yeah. Well,
because you wanted to do that for your grandpa, right?
And I was a practicing Catholic at the time, but it's just. And I did go to a Jesuit school for a little while, but.
Yeah, and you said you were baptized and all that.
Yeah.
Because your mom baptized you.
Well, I didn't make it to communion, but, it just kind of, we dropped off and then came back. I don't know. I did. I don't know.
The churches are distorted right now.
Yeah. Everything's it's just a cluster, you know what.
Yeah. And I think these organizations are desperate to get people to join because I think people are weary and they don't trust people. I think there's a trust issue. Because of all the abuse that's gone on the last 2 years. I think there's a trust problem. I don't trust anyone. Do you?
Well, I trust some people, but not many.
You trust them churches?
I grew up Catholic, but only God saved and found Jesus. Years later, after I was out in that early 20s, same years that I went. I was in my early 20s when I came back. And someone laid their hands on my shoulders and said, "Have you ever heard of Jesus?" Yeah, I know. It's the Protestant thing that kind of takes you out of the Catholic Church. I was in RCIA trying to go through, communion and getting the whole thing going. And then I dropped out because I just didn't buy it because everybody was so cold. Mm-hmm. The parishioners were all cold. The people that ran the system, the RCIA system, they were cold. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It was more legalistic. They wouldn't even really talk about Jesus, or they wouldn't talk about, salvation and all that. It was just, you need to do these certain things in order to attain salvation. It's like, it's all based on works. And it's like, I didn't understand that. Mm-hmm. It's like, so you're saying I can buy my way into heaven by being a good boy and just, paying money and putting money in the pot and letting them take it? It's bullshit. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
All mind, no feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's no heart there.
Yeah.
And my whole family, I've had a huge family too. All Catholic.
Catholic in name only.
Yeah. Yep.
Doesn't mean practicing. It just means baptized. Doesn't mean practicing.
Yeah. Most of my family are CNOs too, but it's just the way it is.
Luke 7:30, the But the Pharisees and lawyers rejected the counsel of God against themselves, being not baptized of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pharisees are bad.
Well, the Catholics are the modern day Pharisees. That's what they are.
Ew.
Wearing their gowns, and the Pope wears red slippers, and the Vatican has all this like evil. They have a Baphomet in front of the Vatican, in front of St. Peter's in Basilica.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, what the hell's that?
I don't know.
You know?
And why do they have those damn gargoyles?
Well, that's just, I don't know. It's supposed to, I was told that it's supposed to remind you of the evil that's always in your face. That's what I was told. And there's nothing wrong with the to understand that. I mean, you know what I mean? To kind of be attuned to that.
Yeah.
But to have these humongous statues, and then there's this one apocalypse statue that has Jesus flowing out of like an atomic bomb, and there's all these dead, burning souls coming out of it. It's like, what the heck is that? You know? Yeah, they are the modern day Pharisees. That's exactly what they are.
Yep.
So anyway, I'm checking out. You guys have a good time.
Good time?
Well, whatever.
Is the confetti party happening? So I hope you enjoyed what or whatever, got some information, or you had a good time listening to what we were talking about. All our negative crap. And you got your negative crap too. Your bad experiences with police and all that. I've had mine. You've had yours. I've never been tased by a cop, but I've been treated like crap by cops. And I don't hate police, but I don't like being treated like crap, especially when they're not going after the real criminals. They'd rather go after you because it generates more revenue. Get it? Exactly. The confetti. Yeah, so hopefully, Deaf Bread, you don't have any more bad luck with police, especially now that they're shaming people that aren't cured. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If it gets to that point where they're being jerks, where they're going to start pushing their ways on us, I'm literally going to make it to where a cop wants to shoot me because I'm tired of this shit. I'm like, I'm not going to die a slow death where you slowly torture me and start out. I'd rather just go bye-bye. You know what I mean? I don't care. I'm not going to play this game. Either that or let me go, Just let me live my life and leave me be. You never saw me, you never met me, you don't know me. Well, it's targeted community, gang stalking type shits. Yep. Yeah, these cops, they love to target people. And I have several stories of being targeted by police. BLM's got nothing on me. I've had it worse than them. They don't got no targeting. They're liars. So, just saying. And you can say it's hate speech what I said, but white people get treated just as badly. You know what I mean? If you got a cop that's in a bad mood, you're not going to do well. You got one that's in a bad mood. I'm going to say bad mood. That's putting it nicely. You're going to get some shit done to you. Except when you're the victim, they don't want to help you. But when they think you're the perpetrator, man, they'll rip you out a new one. So I just don't tolerate their crap. I don't like their crap. So anyways, probably said too much, but you know what? We can't be the gray man because it's too late to be the gray man. It's like, it's too late to be warning people to be the gray man now, because now is the time to start speaking out, because the reason why things are shit right now, because nobody spoke out. Nobody said anything. Everyone just went along with the bullshit. And I lost my job because of it. And I'll probably never be really employed again. I'm always going to be underemployed for the rest of my life. And it's never going to be enough to dig out of this hole. And they're going to try to change it all up to where it's going to be universal basic income and crap. And then you're going to have to go along with the system in order to be part of that system. And I'm not going to probably make it. I'm probably not going to be alive to see that, probably, because I'm not a type of person that likes to cooperate. If you know what I mean, I'm not the type of person that just walks on the dotted line and follows all things that are unlawful. Because I'm going to look for the law, and if it's not law, then I'm not going to follow it. And I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, there has to be transparent, because that way it isn't leavened and won't fade away or divide. It will be whole, like how Jesus healed people. Yep. Cell phone towers disguised as... Yeah, see, we were just talking about that earlier. In Arizona, there's like the towers that are disguised as like cactuses and stuff because they don't want to weird out the community. I got one right here, and there's two of them here. We got two of them. We got one back here on the hill, and then we got one right here on the power pole. So there's two of them. We got two of them, one hitting us this way and one hitting us this way from the front and one from the side. So we're getting hit from the front and the side. So, and there's one downtown in the downtown area in my town I live in, and then there's just more and more and more. If I actually took the time to look, there's probably more than that. There's probably tons of them. In the city, it's probably 10 times worse. All these stinking things and why people are feeling like total garbage. Just saying. But I can't go down that rabbit hole. Just like you, Deaf Bread, you really can't go down that rabbit hole. You have to keep everything vague. Yep, it will be just a collective mind slave, kill, cannibal, ex-cult, all they hate. Me, love, death is what Bible says. It's going on right now as I type this. Yeah, I noticed the zap. Yep. Tap pulse of the light from the pole tower on the hill by work over the people in the valley. I imagine what it's doing to them. Yeah. See you later, Devil Dog. Sorry if I've been so long-winded, but sometimes I don't know. I get in these weird moods, I guess, because I like being around people like you. So because there's no one around here to talk to, and I try to stay away from everybody around here, especially downtown. I don't talk to nobody. But thank you for coming in, Devil Dog. Thanks, Josie and Deaf Bread and the Spillway guy or girl, whoever. I don't know if it's girl or boy. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate the views, and God willing, I don't get another strike. So, anyways, thanks everybody. Take care. Okay, see you later, Devil Dog. Get to your Zoom, and just know that you're going to go to God, and if you keep following the commandments of God and you don't go along with the system, you will be rewarded. I guarantee it. You and your family, ancestors, all them that were here before the bullshit. You'll make it. But everybody else, I don't know. YouTube channel, look out Charlie. 11.8 thousand subscribers, tells of the weapon thing on the problem. Reason for all these. Yeah, you're right, Deaf Bread. Thanks. So is he on YouTube? Okay, so all right, well, take care, Deaf Bread, and see you later, Devil Dog and Deaf Bread and Josie Wales and Spillway. Thank you for coming in, and take care, everybody. Bye-bye.